In the realm of coaching, utilizing open-ended questions empowers the coach to explore and delve deeper into the client's thoughts and experiences. Some basic coaching skills. Next, we have an opportunity to review 10 of the basic coaching skills. This will help build a solid launch point for your coaching journey as you focus on these 10 applications. Let's begin with the basic coaching skill number 1, conversational intelligence. There's the science of conversation. To comprehend conversational intelligence, we must delve into the neuroscience of trust and distrust. Conversations go beyond mere words, encompassing body language, energy, tone, context, and mood, all triggering reactions in our brain. These reactions bifurcate into trust or distrust. According to Judith E. Glaser, the world's leading authority on conversational intelligence, now allow me to paraphrase here, the goal of conversational intelligence is to define the trust continuum, aiding people in recognizing what occurs in themselves and others during moments of distrust and guiding them towards trust. Glaser notes that achieving trust activates the prefrontal cortex loaded with wisdom, integrity, strategy, insights, empathy, and foresight. It's beautiful, and it's designed for that. And often it's turned off because people don't have trust in each other. Conversational trust can be broken down into 3 levels of communication. At the heart of communication lies the inherent desire to influence others. This influence is dissected into 3 distinct levels, each serving as a tool for coaches to shape and guide their clients. While the emphasis for coaches predominantly resides in level 3, the realm where transformation becomes tangible, it's crucial to acknowledge the unique purpose that each level holds within the coach-client relationship. Level 1, characterized by transactional exchanges, involves the sharing of information. Level 2 revolves around the subtle art of persuasion. However, the apex, level 3, signifies a transformational conversation that establishes the highest level of trust, fostering honesty, vulnerability, and the exchange of information. Coaches strategically navigate these levels, understanding that each contributes uniquely to the dynamics of the coaching journey. The ability to discern and adeptly utilize these communication levels is imperative for coaches seeking to create impactful and transformative experiences for their clients. Let's talk about level 1. Transactional conversations in this level involve tell and ask or yes and no exchanges. Participants share information to influence each other, often taking the form of yes or no questions. Level 2, validation. Comparable to politicians or lawyers, loyal to communication involves advocating personal beliefs and attempting to convert others. The focus is on convincing and converting, often with the intention of steering discussions toward personal beliefs or retreating when we find that that is not possible. Level 3, transformational. This is the pinnacle of conversational trust. Level 3 facilitates the highest level of honesty and information exchange. Vulnerability is key, allowing individuals to share feelings, motivations, and desires safely. Both parties become vulnerable and honest, forming a protective bond that reinforces trust. Human intuition plays a crucial role in recognizing the transition to level 3 conversations where this relationship emerges. In this dynamic exchange, one's willingness to open up creates a reciprocal response in the other participant. A healthy conversation thrives on mutual interplay of openness, respect, and shared trust becomes the bedrock for fostering trust within the conversation. The intricate dance of vulnerability and mutual disclosure amplifies the connection, reinforcing a secure space for trust to flourish between the participants. For coaches, tuning into and nurturing this delicate interplay is paramount in creating an environment conducive to transformative dialogue with their clients. Coaches predominantly operate in level 3, necessitating the creation of the safe and trusting space. This environment empowers clients to divulge innermost desires and motivations, enabling coaches to guide them toward transformative goals. The emphasis on trust and vulnerability cannot be emphasized enough and is vital for a successful coaching dynamic. Now, let's turn our focus onto basic coaching skill number 2, establishing trust. Effectively establishing trust is fundamental to the practice of life coaching. These skills, when utilized adeptly, serve as guiding forces toward a more fulfilling life for your clients. By forging a connection, you create a safe space for your clients to comfortably share their thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Validating and acknowledging your clients encourages them to express fears and reservations about their established goals. Providing a comfortable, distraction-free environment is crucial, and clients must feel unconditional acceptance, knowing their words won't be judged. Recognize that trust building varies among clients. Some automatically trust, while others may need time. It's essential to stay in your coaching lane, fostering trust consistently. To initiate trust building, honesty and validation are paramount. Honesty entails openness, sincerity, genuineness, and truthfulness. Validation is comprised of 2 critical components: affirming the understandability of thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and emotions, and recognizing another person's experience along with identifying a specific emotion. Combining these powerful tools offers a quick way to establish trust and connection with your clients. Honest validation is not the following. It is not placating or dishonest. It is not agreement for the sake of agreement. It should not be judgmental or dismissive. And it is not about laying blame or trying to fix it or your client. Honest validation is empathetic, patient, and understanding. It's also kind, non-judgmental, attentive, and specific. How do we practice honest validation? Practicing honest validation involves echoing what your client says, acknowledging their emotions, and empathizing with their perspective. For instance, you may want to paraphrase for your client what was shared to ensure accurate understanding, identify emotions, and assure them that you are truly listening. Invalidating responses, such as minimizing their concerns, may hinder trust. As a coach, one must set aside the need to convey your own perspective. Instead, focus on comprehending the client's experience. Here are 3 ways in which you can offer an honest validation. As an echo. What I heard you say is that you're hurt. Is that right? As an acknowledgement. How do you feel about that? As empathy. I see why you would feel upset. It's completely understandable. When you engage in empathy with your client as a coach, you actively step into their shoes. Fully immerse yourself in their story to understand and embrace it from their perspective. Subsequently, you are then better able to reassure them that their thoughts have been genuinely heard and that their perspective is not only relatable, but understandable and entirely valid. Here are some examples of invalidating responses. I'm sure we've all heard these once or twice. Don't worry, things will work out. Oh, you'll be fine. It's not that big a deal. Or it could be worse. It's crucial to recognize that honest validation is not an agreement, but rather a demonstration of understanding. Coaches sometimes resist honest validation because they may disagree with the client. Understanding that coaches may resist offering honest, validating responses is key. This resistance may also often stem from different cultural experiences between the coach and the client. When this occurs, it's a sign that the coach might be trying to fix or assert their point of view. In such moments, the coach should resist the urge to be a fixer and remember that validating is not agreeing. It's about restating, clarifying, and understanding the client's perspective. The coach should take a moment to acknowledge that the client doesn't need to know the coach's point of view, but rather needs the coach to understand their experience. This shift in approach enhances the trust-building process and fosters a more effective coaching relationship. Next, we'll touch upon basic coaching skill number 3, listening in cooperation. A prevalent misconception is that practicing cooperative listening implies agreement with the speaker's statement. In reality, it involves allowing them to express their perspective with undivided attention and understanding, free from judgment or immediate reaction. Often, people fail to accurately hear the other person or interpret their words based on personal biases. Intense emotions like anger or hurt can further hinder effective listening. When one is already formulating a response while the other is speaking, or when they assume they know what the client will say next, true listening becomes compromised. In some cases, a person might be so convinced of their own rightness and the client's wrongness that they shut down, failing to genuinely absorb the client's words. By employing effective listening skills, you achieve 3 critical outcomes. Here are the advantages for you as the listener. Number 1, building trust. Establishing trust is vital, as a client who trusts you is more likely to reciprocate by listening to your insights. Number 2, demonstrating respect. Cooperative listening signals to your client that you value and respect their perspective. And number 3, obtaining important information. Listening in cooperation provides the opportunity to gather essential information. Often, valuable insights hide behind the words spoken, and careful listening allows you to uncover nuances that may have been missed previously. Basic coaching skill number 4, communication and cooperation. Communication and cooperation comprises a set of skills aimed at enhancing how people listen and speak to one another. These skills are categorized into 2 groups, those for the listener and those for the speaker. The objective is to transform behavior patterns, fostering better understanding and genuine communication. It provides a secure space for individuals to express authentic feelings, articulate their needs, and negotiate compromises on various issues. As you engage with these skills, you'll embark on the journey of developing new behavior patterns, gradually replacing old, less effective ones. Patience is key, as mastering these skills is a process that takes time. Initially, they may feel unfamiliar or even insincere, but remember, as a coach, you're adopting a new set of behaviors, and change doesn't happen overnight. The power of these skills lies in their ability to improve problem solving, resolve conflicts, and build trust. Once mastered, they become invaluable tools in your coaching practice, enriching your ability to guide clients toward positive transformations. Now we'll explore one of the most important basic coaching skills, number 5. Asking open-ended questions. An open-ended question is strategically crafted to elicit a comprehensive and meaningful response, drawing upon the subject's own knowledge, vocabulary, stress words, and emotions. In contrast, closed-ended questions, which prompt brief or single-word answers, can inadvertently halt a conversation. Typically, starting with words like how, what, and when, or phrases such as tell me about, open-ended questions transcend mere inquiry. They are statements that implicitly invite a response. These questions are designed to encourage a dialogue rather than a mere exchange of information. Moreover, open-ended questions maintain objectivity and avoid leading the conversation, keeping the focus on what the client has expressed. It's akin to discussing only the items placed on the kitchen table while unloading the groceries. In the realm of coaching, utilizing open-ended questions empowers the coach to explore and delve deeper into the client's thoughts and experiences. Here are 3 examples of open-ended questions. Tell me about your relationship with your sibling. What do you think about the new candidate for the CEO position? Tell me more about your lunch with Uncle Ben. And here are 3 examples of closed-ended questions. Do you get along with your sister? Do you like the new CEO? Did you have lunch with Auntie May? At this time, you have an opportunity to utilize your workbook to practice writing and asking at least 10 more open-ended questions. And I suggest you become as proficient as possible in asking open-ended questions as you prepare for your certification test. Let's shift over to coaching skill number 6, focus. Maintaining your client's focus is a fundamental responsibility for a coach. It involves ensuring that the client or even a group remains on course and aligned with their session's purpose. If your client tends to veer into excessive storytelling or digresses from the topic at hand, it's within your purview to gently redirect them. Requesting their permission to steer the conversation back on track is a considerate approach. Be vigilant not to allow your client to lead them into tangents or rabbit holes that deviate from what's genuinely crucial for their progress. However, it's important to recognize that there are instances where clients may need a pressure valve release. This temporary detour provides them with a moment to alleviate tension, allowing them to refocus and concentrate more effectively on that goal. In coaching, maintaining focus extends beyond the immediate session. Through this ongoing process, coaches contribute significantly to the client's journey of self-discovery and achievement. Effective coaching not only involves keeping the client on track during sessions, but also extends to the broader context of their personal and/or professional life. Coaches play a pivotal role in assisting clients to define their focus outside of coaching sessions, helping them set clear priorities and manage their time and energy efficiently. In short, it involves guiding the client to identify and prioritize their objectives, helping them navigate distractions, and fostering a mindset that aligns with their aspirations. By instilling a sense of purpose and direction, coaches empower clients to navigate the complexities of their lives with clarity and intention. The ability to maintain focus becomes a transformative force, guiding clients towards sustained progress and the achievement of their overarching goals. Now we come to basic coaching skill number 7, accountability. As a coach, your role involves mirroring, guiding, and supporting your clients in the pursuit of their goals. A crucial aspect of this role is holding your clients accountable for their actions, serving as a gentle and consistent reminder of the commitments they've made. At the end of each session, take time to focus on the work your client wants to undertake. It's important to ensure that your client genuinely desires and commits to these actions, aligning with their core desires rather than perceived obligations. This taking stock moment shouldn't be simply an intellectual exercise. They should be able to identify it's what they want to, not what they think they should do. As a coach, you may ask them directly, how do you want to be held accountable? During this reflection, discuss with your client the goals they want to work on for the upcoming week. Probe into the significance of these action steps, asking how will they benefit and whether they are genuinely ready to embark on this journey. Assess the reality of their commitment by asking, can I count on you to work your plan this week? If your client doesn't express a firm commitment to the task, reassure them that it's acceptable to postpone it for now. Continue fostering a connection to their compelling vision. In the next session, revisit their progress, acknowledging and validating their accomplishments. Review any unmet objectives, exploring potential obstacles and challenges that may have affected them, thus hindering their progress. Let's explore basic coaching skill number 8. Follow-up goals, also known as the plan. Throughout sessions with your clients, specific goals will naturally emerge. Through the use of open-ended questions and cooperative communication, you'll guide your client to identify their genuine needs and desires. Collaboratively, you'll assist them in formulating action steps to achieve these goals. It's imperative for your client to establish their own goals, as this ownership enhances their commitment and follow-through. Often, the prospect of tackling the big picture can be overwhelming for clients, contributing to the challenges in achieving those goals. As coaches, our role is to break down this grand vision into manageable, bite-sized pieces. To facilitate this process, consider the following steps. Examine the overall picture. Assess the broader context and scope of the client's aspirations. Then, break down the big picture. Deconstruct the overarching goal into smaller, achievable components. Establish SMART goals. Develop specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-sensitive goals around these bite-sized pieces. Let's take a moment to dive into the concept of SMART goals for a few minutes. While some of you may already be familiar with SMART goals, it's beneficial to revisit them in the context of coaching. Yes, coaching is inherently results-oriented. Throughout your engagement with clients, you'll be actively setting goals, ranging from immediate to short-term and long-term, and aiding them in achieving these milestones through specific steps. Upon completing the intake session with your client and delineating the areas they wish to focus on, collaborate with them to establish goals that are not just specific, but also SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-sensitive. Let's define the following SMART components. Specific. Clarity and specificity are paramount, as without them, your client may struggle to focus their efforts or find genuine motivation to achieve it. When constructing a goal, it's helpful to address the 5 W questions. What does the client want to accomplish? Where is it located? Why is this goal important? Who is involved? Which resources or limitations are involved? Measurable. A goal must be measurable for your client to track progress, stay motivated, and create a sense of achievement. Assessing progress helps to stay focused, meet deadlines, and creates the excitement of getting closer to achieving the overall goal. Measurable goals should answer questions like, how much? How many? How will I know when it is accomplished? Achievable. Goals need to be realistic and attainable. While stretching abilities, they should remain possible. When an achievable goal is set, your client may be able to identify previously overlooked opportunities or resources. Achievable goals answer questions like, how can I accomplish this goal? How realistic is the goal considering constraints such as financial factors? Relevancy. Ensure the goal aligns with other relevant goals and emotionally connects with the client. While seeking support, it's crucial for clients to retain ownership of their goals, success, and failures. Coaches should allow plans to drive everything forward and ensure that the client remains responsible for achieving their own goal, success, failure, including their buy into the goal. Relevant goals answer questions like, does this seem worthwhile? Does this align with my why? Is this the right time? Does this match our other efforts, our other needs? Time sensitive. Every goal needs a target date to prevent daily tasks from overshadowing longer-term goals and keep clients on track and accountable. Time-sensitive goals answer questions such as, what is the timeline that works for this goal? What can I do today? What can I do in 4 weeks? In 5 months? In working with SMART goals, it's essential that goals and action steps stem from a true desire to achieve the result and authentic commitment. If actions arrive from shoulds rather than want tos, there's a risk of lack of follow-through or a diminished sense of accomplishment. To summarize, a SMART goal is specific. It's simple, sensible, significant. It's measurable, meaningful, motivating. It's achievable, agreed upon, attainable. It's relevant, reasonable, realistic, resourced, results-based, emotionally connected, time-bound. It's time-based, time-limited, time-sensitive. Basic coaching skill number 9, helping a client remove blockage. Overcoming blocks demands patience and dedication, especially when tackling a deeply ingrained sense of futility. Addressing both external situations and internal beliefs may be necessary for a breakthrough. Blockage can manifest subtly, intertwined with our core beliefs about worth and abilities, making them challenging to recognize. The feeling of futility can become so habitual that we engage in self-defeating processes unconsciously. There are various methods to guide your client through blockage. Assure them that feeling fear is normal and overcoming it doesn't solely rely on sheer willpower. Begin by helping them identify the origin of the block and use active listening to provide a supportive presence as they share their fears. Offer compassion, empathy, and understanding. Increase their awareness of how the blockage serves them, acknowledging that change takes time, but belief structures can be altered. Employ open-ended questions to uncover the payoffs of holding on to that block or belief. Encourage them to express their thoughts and feelings freely. Remember, as a coach, delving into your client's perspective is critical when addressing blocks. Approach the block with compassion, understanding, recognizing that it serves a purpose in their narrative. In the journey of coaching, assisting clients in removing blockages is a profound endeavor. It requires a delicate balance of empathy, active listening, and guiding them towards self-awareness. As a coach, embracing the client's world with compassion ensures a supportive environment for dismantling obstacles and fostering personal growth. Remember, every block offers an opportunity for transformation, and your role as a coach is to illuminate the path toward a more liberated and empowered self. Last but not least, basic coaching skill number 10. Do not offer advice. In the realm of coaching, the inclination to provide advice when confronted with a client's problem is a common pitfall for many well-intended coaches. However, this well-intended action can often result in unintended and potentially dangerous consequences. Offering advice without sufficient understanding can lead to premature assumptions about the client's situation. When coaches dispense advice, they inadvertently take responsibility for the outcomes, creating a dynamic where success or failure hinges on the coach's input. If the outcome is positive, the client may miss the opportunity to fully embrace their success, giving credit to the coach rather than acknowledging their own capability. On the flip side, if the outcome is unfavorable, the coach then becomes the scapegoat, hindering the client's chance to learn and grow independently. Coaching is not about prescribing ready-made solutions. Advising robs clients of self-confidence, growth opportunities, and the chance to develop self-reliance. Despite the temptation to showcase one's value through advice, true empowerment in coaching arises from guiding clients to initiate and design their own change. As a coach, understanding your client's perspective is paramount. By seeing the world through their lens, you can help broaden their horizons, illuminate new possibilities, redirect their focus toward positive action, and chart a clear path to their goals. The refrain is clear. Coaches should refrain from giving advice. Goals initiated by the client have a higher chance of success, as the intrinsic motivation ensures commitment and follow-through. To avoid the advice-giving trap, coaches can use open-ended questions and mirrored information, guiding clients to explore their options and formulate their own solutions. This approach fosters a sense of ownership and commitment, making the coaching journey a collaborative and empowering experience. A good way to avoid giving advice is to turn the question back to the client. And here are a couple of examples of how to turn the request for advice back to the client. The client may say, "My brother wants me to go to the football game with him on Sunday, but I don't like football. What should I do?" The coach replies, "What are your options?" The client may say, "I'm confused about what I should tell him." The coach asks, "What are some of the ways you might be able to solve this?" Now, you have a solid head start with 10 of the basic coaching skills under your belt. Obviously, you may have to refresh and review this information as often as needed, but you have the ability to do that whenever you need to. Some closing thoughts. In the art of coaching, the directive to refrain from offering advice underscores the essence of empowering clients to become the architects of their own success. By avoiding the pitfalls of prescriptive solutions, coaches create an environment where self-confidence, personal growth, and learning opportunities flourish. The true value of coaching lies not in dictating answers, but in skillfully guiding clients to discover their unique paths toward positive change.